Young Money, syrup in the big shot. Time to do the thing, that's word to your wristwatch. Shoot the Glock till it burn to my wrist lock. Rims hella big, tire skinny like Chris Rock.
Easy, baby.
With the Blade Sports Culture Show. Yeah, I am.
Welcome back to another episode of the Blade Sports Culture Show.
Yiddy.
The motherfucking Carter.
You almost gotta say that.
You gotta say the motherfucking Carter. Lil Wayne.
Yes, sir.
The youngins don't know about Lil Wayne. They don't know about Lil Wayne.
That's why we gotta put him on game, bro.
I feel young when I talk about Wayne. Like,
I will say
not that
this.
I'm real old.
I will say this. I was talking to G earlier. Our demographic on YouTube, you can check your demographic. Ages 24 through 35. So this is going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be a good. This is going to be a good one.
Perfect. Hopefully everybody taps in, bro, because I know there's some big Wayne fans in the building. I know Chris was a huge Wayne fan, bro. I know Carl's a huge Wayne fan.
Going to Tippy playing the whole Wayne mixtape. Bro, it's crazy.
What is our, without even getting into Lil Wayne, like as far as like his career and shit like that, what is our favorite memory of Wayne? Like, there's so much shit that you listen to of Wayne because he was the man for 10 years, maybe 9 years, but he had what Drake's doing now. Yeah, Wayne was on steroids.
Yeah,
no facts.
Like, Wayne was on steroids.
I'll start it off.
Go ahead, bro.
My favorite memory, I want to say, when Rap City the Basement was in tune, BET.
Bro.
And Wayne
went in there and he threw the rag over the fuck, bro.
So woo.
Man.
But Wayne went in there and went crazy. Like,
that's the one actually they turned it into a song actually because that's the one where he dissed Gilly for the first time.
Yeah, for sure.
Ain't got time to deal with.
It was like
yeah.
Birdman was just like, he just walked in there like the guy, bro. He's like, man, let me put a little God on you right quick. Like, let him just go. Like,
he snapped off on that.
That was legendary, bro.
That's legendary for us. That's what I was about to say.
Like, for real.
You want to go next? You want me to go?
Yeah, I mean, for me, Wayne's like, I've said this many times on the podcast here that Wayne's my favorite artist all time. So it's more like a whole period of my life that Wayne like took up for me. Like, there's so many things where like I took trips, bro, and that's like 90% of the trip you could listen to Wayne the whole way there at one point because he was just dropping so much music and just literally just killing everybody. I mean, we're talking about...
It was on hella features, too.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And we're talking about probably the only artist that's been able to literally make a whole, like, other lane within rap. Like, when you speak about taking people's songs that were already popular, already done numbers, and making a song that's better, making them better. To the point that people were, like, they know the beats more for, like, the songs that Wayne made out of them more than the original artist. So, like, it's just a whole period of my life, bro. Like, you know, some of the younger, like, you know, your glory days that you look at, like, Wayne was just, like, that was the music I listened to in that period. Like,
promise you that.
And I'm going to cut in front of you, Carl.
Go ahead.
So, I know I'm younger than you guys, but I can almost remember, like, when Lil Wayne was like big, right? Yeah. And I almost can like see it in my head like a news channel being like, who is this Lil Wayne guy? You know, like, because he was such a pivotal part of like just like rap and hip hop, and he just, I feel like, changed the game.
He definitely did, bro. Because I mean, not to even jump off subject a little bit, but like he did more than music. You know, when people realized his vocabulary was super crazy, and then, and then you would hear like some crazy news about Wayne, like some shit out the ordinary. Like, I didn't know Wayne did that. You know, he really perfected his craft in some crazy ways.
He's got so many bars.
Oh man,
influential to the point of like, you look at like over the last even 10 years, you look at like the typical rapper, bro. It's what Wayne was when he blew up. It's the guy with dreads, tats on his face, like smoking on a song. Like
outlandish.
He influenced the whole generation, bro. I mean, a lot of the rappers now, you go ask them who their favorite rapper is. Wayne, bro. Wayne. A lot of them say it, man.
That was our era for real.
Yeah.
So, like, these episodes that we're going to start doing have been doing, they're not really tribute episodes, but they're like homage episodes. Like, we're paying homage to Juice. We're paying homage to Woodstock 99, like the event that it was. We're paying homage to Wayne. We're going to do Kobe. Like that's an episode we have to do.
Man, I
You have
might
to- you
shed a
have to-
tear, man.
We're gonna do a bunch of them, bro. We're
We're
gonna
gonna
do
do X. We're gonna do M. We're gonna do all these guys. We're gonna do True Crime and all this. My favorite memory of Wayne is the Carter 3. Just the album itself.
Yeah. We were
The
talking about that earlier.
The album itself, like
the lead up to it, all that.
Yeah.
the lead up to the album, the anticipation. Shut. Bitch, you were just saying album.
That's all I've been
What's
thinking
he not
about
saying
for the
album
past
just a
10
minute ago?
No, that was all I thought about for 10 seconds.
God damn it, dude.
I just stopped
There's
listening to him and I was
going
like,
to be-
album,
there's-
album.
3
There
times.
is going to be a blooper reel of me saying album on 50
50 of them,
episodes.
bro. Yeah, that's gonna be a comp for sure.
I try so hard not to correct you every time.
There's a couple memories I have.
I usually don't if they're little ones, but when they're the big ones where you really enunciate.
It's the
it.
big ones.
Yeah, all right, back to it though. My bad, bro.
The Carter 3 album itself. The Carter 3 album
you
itself.
go.
Okay, you had Millie, Got Money, you had Mr. Carter, you had Dr. Carter, you had fucking
Yeah.
3P, you had Lollipop, you had
3P,
Mrs.
oh my
Officer.
God.
You just all over and over and over.
Yeah, yeah.
The music videos in that album, the Lollipop music video, with the whole music video shot in a limousine.
Yeah.
The Got Money video where they're robbing a bank. The Millie episode where he's just fucking
Millie's just walking through,
just
like
walking
And
through,
he's
just
snapping.
knowing he's the man.
Yeah.
Knowing he's the man,
Yeah.
dude. That's my and the summer of 2009. That's another. Yeah. The We Be Steady mobbing song.
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all I
That was
listened to
on-
that whole summer.
That was
That's
on
the year I
rotation.
graduated. That's the year we graduated. So.
That song was on road. You had to listen to it 5 times a day.
Oh yeah.
Oh, facts.
That in my life with Game.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was
bro.
how-
That's
a good
That was
song.
how-
That was
Oh
a
my
great song.
God.
But even we spoke on this earlier. I think you were probably going to say something about it, but kind of got on your train of thought. But the lead up to that, because that whole album got leaked, if you remember. And they ended up turning it into one of the drought.
The drought.
Yeah, the leak, I think is what it was called actually. The drought, and it was like colon the
Colon the
leak.
leak, yeah.
Yeah. So like that whole album got leaked, and that shit did crazy. Like every one of the songs on that went bananas. And then he redid the whole album, and it's arguably his best album ever. To a lot of people. So
Yeah, because it's the songs that he remixed and shit like that. He was the type that he just didn't freestyle. He freestyled, of course, but he stayed like on subject with what beat he was doing. You feel me?
Yeah.
He
So
would say
50
some shit from that song or
Yep,
something like
yep,
that. You feel me?
always.
Like
At the time Wayne was doing that, 50 was the biggest artist in the world. Like this was before Wayne just ascended. This is like Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah,
50.
for
And
sure.
50 was hating on Wayne for that shit because he was like, all he's doing is going over other hits, beats, and just making it his own. But the motherfucker was killing the beat.
Yeah.
Like he was killing the beat.
there's so many songs, like I said before, there were so many songs where like I didn't even know the original song. I thought it was like a Wayne song because like back then I wasn't as knowledgeable on like what like was going on in the music industry. So I'm just hearing these songs. I'm like, this dude's fire, Little and behold, like he's got like a whole different song that somebody's released. Like it's done numbers. It's been on the radio and shit. I never even heard it. I just know the Wayne version.
You just know the Wayne
Yeah.
version.
That's
No,
that's
for real,
what
for
it
real,
was. Yeah.
for real. It's crazy. I just seen on Facebook not that long ago on the ESPYs. You see he performed.
he remixed
the Millie.
Yeah, it was a Millie. Yeah.
Oh my God,
bro!
that
He
shit was so
remixed
fire.
it.
Insane,
it was
bro.
crazy.
That shit
bro.
was so fire. We
Yeah.
might have to clip a little bit of that and put it
Yeah,
in the
bro. He
episode.
changed like a lot of the lyrics to go with like what was going on
This
in
year's
sports and
sports.
shit.
Sports,
it was
bro.
dope, bro.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
I'll have to
it was
watch it.
crazy.
But he kept like some of the bars from the original song too,
Yeah.
so it was like
And it
made
almost
that much-
sounded, I could be wrong. It almost sounded like it was off the top.
Yeah.
In my mind, God is good. DeMar Hamlin doing fine. In the second minute, I would go to the almighty dollar in the...
It
Almost like
Oh,
it
it
just,
did.
yeah, it
Oh,
almost
bro,
did.
for real.
Yeah.
I was watching an interview the other day, and almost like Juice, like that's like what Wayne did. He was off
Yeah.
the top, and
That's
like,
a good segue into that.
He doesn't even remember his songs
Well-
per the interview.
Yeah.
right?
No,
So-
yeah.
He's
There's
like,
a
that's
Jim-
why I have
there's
a
a
great
Jimmy
team
Fallon-
behind me.
Yeah.
There's a Jimmy
Yep.
Fallon interview, and Jimmy Fallon's like,
Oh yeah.
He said something. What'd
We
he
talked
say?
about it during the Juice episode. He was like, he asked him. He was like, "You've written so many thousands of songs," and he was like, "No, that's not correct. I haven't written any songs."
any songs. He just smiles
And
at it.
he's like, "What do you mean you haven't written any songs?" He's like, "Well, I just whatever I feel that day,
That
whatever's
day.
going on,
Yeah.
that's
Shit's
what
crazy.
comes out." And he's like, "Well, how do you remember your songs?" And he's like, "Well, you got a very nice team in the back that typed my lyrics out for me. I've been back there studying them."
And he shows a picture. He's like, actually, I got it right here. And he shows a picture of Wayne just holding a tablet,
Yeah.
just reading his own lyrics.
reading his own
So-
lyrics.
because he can't
Well,
remember.
the one that went viral before that, it was on like they were just interviewing. It wasn't even really like a podcast. And they're just sitting in the studio, and it's these two guys, and they're like, they read him a line from Lollipop, bro, and it's the better be a what do you say? You don't want that late text like should have used the latex. You don't want that latex that I'm latex or whatever. And he was like, Wayne's like excited. He's like, who said that? And they're like, you did. And he's like, I said that shit. Man, that's crazy. But that's a good segue into like kind of the first like set of mixtapes Wayne came out with, because that's what he touched on. When he actually used to write, so he has written songs in the past, like when he first started rapping, but he got to a point, bro, he just felt like what he was writing wasn't matching up with like how he was feeling, so he literally did this mixtape. I don't even know if it's a mixtape, but he did a song, and he called it 10,000 bars, and it was everything he had written that was left in this notepad, and it's 10,000 bars, and he just spazzed out, and that was the last time he wrote a song.
It was exactly what it said.
Right. Yeah. So from that point on, you get the Drought series, the prefix, the suffix, you get the dedication, you get all the droughts, you get blow, you get, no sorry for the waits, no ceilings. That's all from.
Did you guys ever have LimeWire?
Oh yeah. We were before you, but we had it all. I remember we had Napster. Crash your mom's computer 6 times, Napster. Yeah.
I remember trying to download. I think it was the first Carter, and just like getting like random people. Like,
bro downloaded Trey recording in his basement.
And I'm like, I like put it in my CD player, and I'm like walking to school, and I'm like hearing the beat, I'm like bobbing my head, I'm like fucking 12 years old, right? And then
some A-rap dude in the background.
Then I just hear Post T fucking going on the
not
beat.
Post T. Shout out to Post T.
Lollipop.
No, mixtape Wayne was. Man,
a whole nother monster, bro. There's just
especially if you understood like metaphor. If you were into metaphor rap,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
God,
if you was into metaphor rap, then you
Double
really understood the first take. You were like, damn.
So my personal opinion, I think Juice is the greatest of all time. But before Juice came along, I was Wayne.
100%.
And I think Wayne. We can segue this before we talk about his albums. We can segue this before we talk about his albums. His influence that he had on the rappers that you see today.
Oh, yeah, facts.
The biggest stars in the game today. Yeah. His influence he had on Drake.
Yeah, he's still. In that intro video, you guys had
Drake was being interviewed, and he said he wanted to be like Wayne.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah.
He was the biggest star in the world. Yeah. His influence is insanely wide.
Oh yeah.
This might be a dumb question, but do you think you can like credit Birdman for being an influence on Wayne for the bigger influence?
100%, bro. He took him when he was a little kid, 14, bro. Like he was 11. He was like 11, bro.
Yeah, he was, bro.
Because he was actually like,
I didn't know that.
He was actually like rapping on some stuff early. Right, he did a lot of writing at first too, but they started like he was on Juvenile's first big hit, like Back That Ass Up. Wayne's literally at the end just doing the little what you'd probably call a bridge. He's just doing that little bridge. Drop it like it's hot. He was on Bling Bling. He did a lot of stuff with Juvenile there. They had the whole Hot Boys era.
Fun fact.
That's before Wayne was a solo artist.
Fun fact.
Real.
He is the creator of Bling Bling.
Bling Bling, yep.
He
made the word up.
He made bling bling like bling bling. That's Wayne.
Bling bling.
I remember in the video he was riding that 4-wheeler with like 24s on it, bro. In the video they're like stopping it. He's like riding it, bling bling. They stop it.
That's how far Wayne goes.
Yeah.
He bling bling. I'm bling. That's Wayne.
That's Wayne for real.
There's interviews where he talked about
bro.
like Birdman would come and pick him up from school, bro. Like he'd 11 years old and come pick him up.
Wait,
pick
so
him up
that's
from
not
school.
really his dad?
No.
No.
I'm cutting that out.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, come on. Hands down, boys.
No, but it's crazy, bro. Like, I even get carried away. Like, with my kids, they will see some Wayne shit and just start saying, I'm like, man, you don't even know.
You don't even know, bro.
Wayne was the shit back in the
It's like busting out your old Pokemon cards.
Bro, I remember one day Zoe was riding with me, and I put Working Them on. And Wayne comes in, Weezy F baby, that motherfucking Carter, bitches on my stick, but my name ain't Harry Potter. Bro, we listened to that whole thing. Zoe's over there trying to be hard shit. He's rocking the whole time. We go, I think we was going to get his sister. On the way back, he's like, bro, what was that song you played on the way here? I'm like, that's Working, and that's Weezy, bro. He was like, the one that was like talking about Harry Potter. I'm like, yeah, bro. He's like, play that. So So I mean, still, I mean that just proves
him to a whole new.
Yeah,
genre.
bro. I mean, that's the thing.
It's
When it comes to
crazy,
music,
bro.
bro, the people that stick around, the people that last, are people that make timeless music. It doesn't matter what it's about, like what they're talking about. If it was current events in the time, it's just if it was good. You know what I mean? Like Wayne made timeless music. He had basically a whole genre was because of Wayne. Like mixtapes, that was a lot to do with just what Wayne was doing. Like 50 kind of had an influence of like how mixtapes started gaining traction, but Wayne took it and made it his, bro. And everybody else followed suit.
Now, do you think?
Facts.
So yes, they're great mixtapes, right? But do you also think it's because he put so many out that it's like you flood the market and it's like that?
But they were all good, though.
The thing is, if
like,
you flood the market like that, you could make it to where it's fucking. I'm tired.
It's
of this
yours.
shit.
You took over it, bro.
You know what I'm saying is you can make it to where it's like this dude's just like he's putting out shit every week. Every single
can't
time
keep
Wayne
up.
put out a motherfucking mixtape.
But bro, he
that's
was
just on
because he went on a feature crazy.
Yeah.
And then it was like,
God,
and then it was like, you know, if you had an interview or something, you was like dying to see because he might fucking freestyle shit. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So,
That's facts.
he might say some crazy
I can't
shit.
remember. I need to be fact checked on this. But when the Carter, when he got locked up,
Yeah.
he had what album was ready to release? Was it? It wasn't Rebirth, was it? Or was it?
That was
the one
what,
before Rebirth, I
2010?
That was 2008, I think, or 2009. Because they said
It would have been Rebirth or I'm Not a Human.
I'm Not a Human it's either I'm Not a Human or that
we'll
one
see
that
when it
had
released.
that I stepped on the flower.
So
It came out February 2nd, 2010. So that's got to be it.
Yeah,
It's got to because
he
he went to
was-
jail in 2010. I'm pretty
when
sure.
he went to jail, dude, he was on. He went to jail on top, and he like coming out of jail, like I remember the summer, like he came out of jail. The anticipation for him to getting out of the jail was insane.
Oh yeah.
Insane,
Oh yeah, bro.
dude.
Oh yeah. It's,
So
when did he get out of jail? Like 2012?
he only went for 8 months.
Yeah,
I
it was,
think.
so 2010, 2011. I'm pretty sure.
I was like a freshman. That's crazy.
Album versus mixtape, Wayne. Okay. Do we know what we would choose? Gun to our head.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so,
100%
so,
do.
So, gun to your head. You have to erase all of the album songs
Oh God.
or all of the
Alright,
mixtape
It's a
songs.
no-brainer for me.
me too. You gotta have to erase the albums, man.
Albums are gone.
Albums are gone.
Yeah.
Bro.
When I look at overall, like, what's packing more punch and what was more when, like, the mixtape shit was more when, like, Wayne was, like, there was nobody else even coming close to him. So, like, we're talking, like, albums.
No,
like,
because
the
and then
albums are great still,
You think
but
they're too mainstream?
because
I just think he lost a little bit of that hunger later in his career.
Gucci came like
Yeah,
that.
Rebirth was the downfall.
Yeah.
Gucci came like that in the summertime too.
Oh my God.
Gucci and Gotti for real. They,
Jeezy, Cold
Yeah,
Sun.
they came
What an era
crazy
of music.
just like. But Wayne was just bro. It was,
He was different.
That's what I'm saying. He influenced all that stuff. Like, he was
Yeah,
the only
yeah.
one doing that shit. And then, like, that was the difference even between, like, him and Gucci. Like, Gucci was flooding, and a lot of the shit was good, but Wayne never missed, bro. Like, there was some of the Gucci shit, you can just be like, all right,
Fab was
give me
even,
4 good
Fab,
albums out of them 15. Like,
yeah,
every
Fab
everything.
even had mixtapes, man, and he don't even like really do mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? He's really
Yeah.
an album guy.
Fab's mixtapes are crazy.
But his
too.
mixtapes, oh my god,
Dude created one of the biggest labels ever in Young Money. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
two of the biggest stars on the planet, and Nicki and Drake.
And Drake, yeah. I mean,
I
even
watched the
Drake
documentary.
surpassed him at this point. Like, Drake's got
yeah.
fucking
Oh, yeah.
40 more top 10. He's got way more streams, way more album sales. But, I mean, you see what comes out of that influence, bro. Because, I mean, Drake more than anybody is very vocal about how influential Wayne was to him.
Oh yeah,
That's a conversation for a different episode as far as like the student and the teacher.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Can't be mad
I made
at
that
it, though.
thumbnail. God, that episode would be
It's
insane.
gonna be nuts. We'll have to do it, but
I
I
just
think it's definitely mixtape.
I
Wayne,
think
bro.
so. You guys are both going mixtape. I think the Carter 3, dude.
It's so hard to
It's
erase
just-
that, but it's like
The Carter
dedication
3.
too. I can't ever
all the
erase that.
dedications,
All of
bro.
them, but like
like,
even
but
two,
dedication
like,
too,
the-
definitely.
The drought. Oh my God! It's just that Carter.
the drought to
The Carter is a top 5 like album of all. I'm gonna get it. I promise
get it
I'm
right.
gonna get it.
Bro, that's like 30 years of like retraining your brain.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like a muscle memory. It's like a top 5 album of all time.
I'm gonna just start saying all,
definitely is. I'm
all
trying not
words
even
that
listen.
have B's in them. I'm gonna start using B's.
Is the weight of the Carter 3 enough to hold
think
it
it is.
above the mixtapes?
That's definitely the
thing
hardest
it's
one
like,
to erase. But
You got the Block is Hot, you got the Carter 2. You'd be erasing Go DJ and Fireman and them.
I'm cool with that. There's so many I can name.
Bro, there's some, bro,
then
and
again,
there's
you'd be-
freestyles that Wayne didn't even like throw on the mixtape. You would just have to go to YouTube to listen to it.
I'm just thinking
shit,
of
you know
all
what
the
I'm
shit
saying?
like right off the top of my head, bro. Like all of Dedication 2, I can't get rid of that.
Cannot, bro.
None of Blow. Like you got
Never.
Beating Like a Congo on there. You got Rep My Hood.
Birds flying. That's
Bro,
what-
there's so many like and Jewel snaps on that. It's like because it's like the ones that I'm sitting here. It's like okay, I keep Carter 3, but it's like anything really after that, I'm kind of just like I don't know.
Fuck.
I can't hate on it because I
I'll
love Wayne, but
take-
they're just not my favorite.
I'll take mixtape Wayne too.
No ceilings. No ceilings was hard too,
Yeah,
bro.
No Ceilings 3 is
Yeah.
like anybody I
Yeah.
ever talk to about Wayne. That's usually their favorite.
That's
Wayne
swag.
mixtape.
That's swag surfing
Swag
that he
Surf,
did.
yeah.
Oh my
That's
god.
the favorite.
Yeah.
See, I'm telling you, that's the favorite every time. I'm telling you though, like if you really love Wayne, bro, bar Wayne, like go listen to fucking Blow, bro.
Yeah.
Blow. Rep My Hood, bro.
God,
Snaps.
the I feel like dying is just.
That would have been an album Wayne too though. That
Yeah.
would have been on an album because that was the leak. I'm pretty
It
sure
got leaked.
Yeah,
it was supposed to be on the Carter.
dude, that's a fucking classic.
I got mixtape Wayne.
Mixtape
Fuck,
Wayne all day.
dude.
I think it is. Sorry, brother.
But I ain't gonna lie, bro. It was hard for me to pick like what the Carter, the first Carter.
Yeah. Yeah,
No,
the first
go
Carter's
DJ,
hard, bro. Yeah.
BMJ, Birdman J. Hey,
That's my
Fireman's on that.
DJ.
yeah, like that shit was crazy.
Carter 2, you got Leather So Soft. Like, that,
And look,
I'm-
hey, the first
his
Carter was
couple
the
albums
first
are
Carter was
fire,
so
bro.
hard. I liked the intro, and then you know how he had the intro, the middle part where he was going through his crib.
Yeah.
Hey, that shit was crazy. Like,
Man, I gotta
hey.
go back and like go over these again. It's making me. It's like just starting to.
Don't
engine
flip up on me
again.
now because you fucking persuaded me to pick mixtape. I wanted to have
It's
my
still
own
mixtape
opinion.
Wayne, bro.
I wanted to
Oh,
have
yeah,
my
it's
own
gotta be.
opinion, but man, he sold it.
Well,
God.
so I'm gonna go against the grain.
I'm gonna take album.
And it might be just because I'm a little younger.
Younger,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
It's
Sounds
gonna be.
I almost like I didn't miss the mixtape era.
Yeah.
But it's probably a lot of shit you haven't
you were
heard.
young
The
when that
album
yeah.
era was just
Yeah, hell
insane.
yeah.
I mean,
The
like
Carter
how,
3
what year
means
were you
that much.
born?
95.
Yeah, so like you were fucking 11 when Blow came out, bro. Like you probably like.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Oh my
Young buck.
Hey, Blow is my shit. Bro.
But I did have Wayne
Hot
like
shit,
on a
rubber-
CD,
that's
like
Beat
burnt
Like
onto a
Congo,
CD.
rubber.
Yeah.
I Can't Feel My Face was on that shit.
Hey, bro, with the first the intro. The intro was
the
crazy.
intro was
Remember?
hard. Yeah, Jewels. Yep. Rewinds on that shit. That's insane, bro.
You just know when you hear a lighter flick.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and that's all it was.
Pop
On
off.
that shit, bro.
I seen the TikTok.
Two dope boys.
I seen a
Oh my
TikTok the other
God.
day because I've been
Two
doing a lot of
boys
Wayne
running
research,
the
a lot of
game.
Wayne search, and just to hit that refresher of Wayne.
Bonafide hustler, bro. That
And-
Oh, that was my shit.
I'm a bonafide.
And in the TikTok, the guy goes, recording until I hear a Wayne lighter flick. It's a 3-second video. He presses play, it just goes off.
I seen a dude. He was like in London or some shit. This is completely off subject. It's like the same type of video though. He's like, I'm gonna record this video until I see a black person walk out of Popeyes. And he walks up to the door, and a dude like opens the door to leave, and it's a black dude. He goes, "All right, see ya." Like and subscribe in the video. It's
Like and subscribe.
Hell no.
oh shit, racist motherfuckers, man.
So we can kind of wrap it up and
Oh,
just talk a little bit about like what Wayne meant to us, like fucking, because like us three, like he got us through like
Probably 10 years.
like end of junior high,
Yep.
up through high school, first few years out of high school, like the most like
influential years of your life, probably.
influential years of your life. That's why
Yeah.
Wayne means so much to like us.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
for me, it's like he took me out of like feeling bad about liking rap music. And,
oh
like,
yeah,
Oh,
'cause,
yeah.
like
I
everybody.
feel like Wayne was like the first like star that I seen, and I was like, even though I'm like a little white kid from a suburban
everybody
town,
fucks
like,
with Wayne, bro.
He was
I'm a-
different, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. And it
He
just
wa-
made
well,
me
he
love
He touched everybody on some real
Absolutely.
shit.
He
Like,
was like one of the first people too. Like, and this is almost like there was a whole like 10 years I was kind of missing that. Like the 90s were kind of missing like it's almost like the late 80s rappers, like they came with that fun, like metaphor, like Big Daddy Kane, we've talked about it before, like where you're just spitting metaphors and it's more about like how smart the bars are, like, and then you went like gangster shit hard in the 90s,
Yeah,
bro.
the
and
90s was more about like beef.
Yeah. And they had bars back then, but it was more about like the subject was more like gangster and shit. And then
But think about
Wayne
it,
was
too.
one of those first ones to come back with more like that playful, like I'm gonna make you laugh. Like his bars would be comical, bro. Like you'd be like, oh shit, like some shit you had to listen to 2-3 times. But
no facts, and then people had to realize too, like you got a gangster that learned to skateboard.
Oh yeah,
fuck
and he's dope as hell right now at that shit, bro. Like
Dope as fuck.
super dope.
one of those first guys that didn't just stick with like that box that you'd put a rapper in, bro.
Exactly, bro. And that's what I'm saying. Like you seen him on First Take. He knows the sports.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You seen him on First Take. He was on a lot of different shit.
Yeah, he's an icon at this point.
Yeah,
Could
for
be
sure.
wrong, but wasn't there a like a Lil Wayne like a rock and roll era?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
bro.
whole album.
Rebirth
was
Yeah,
Prom Queen.
Prime Queen.
See, like that's why it's mixtape Wayne all day. 'Cause that's the stuff you kind of miss me with.
God, see, I don't see any like Rebirth. I don't even count Rebirth as Wayne. Like, he had some like.
That's like
It is though. That's
that
the
was
worst
like
part
when
about
he
it.
started.
That was-
I don't want to say downfall. 'cause
He
it's
left
Wayne,
it- he
Bro,
left
he
his
learned
prime.
how to play the guitar too.
Oh, yeah.
See, that's
He
dope.
just
I
learned how
think-
to do shit as a musician, bro. It was crazy. Like
What do we think? This is gonna just drag on more time, but I really don't give a fuck. What do we think happened? What do we think? Like, I don't want to say downfall, but like everybody has their peak and then they kind of fall. But what do we think happened with Wayne? Why he didn't like stay in that echelon like where Jay's at? Like, fuck. I mean,
I think it's just
I think
era.
he's still
I think it's
there.
just era. Yeah,
I think he's
it's
still there. Like,
Yeah.
there's
Like-
still gonna be people. Like, he just got announced on this website. I seen he's gonna be on Trippie Redd's new album. Like, he's still gonna be on everybody's
That's gonna be
shit.
fire.
It's just like, it's almost like having to do something at this point. You know what I mean?
I think it's era shit too.
I think
like
music
I think
changed.
Wayne
Yeah, it's
did
definitely
so
era shit.
much too. Like he's like, what's next?
Music
It's
changes
Being
every 10
Wayne's shoes
years.
right now.
you know, I
Like,
think
what's next
Kid
for him?
Cudi came out around that time. Drake was ascending. You had Nicki and them. Like, I think music was
Well,
changing.
he turned into a
you had
businessman.
You had Wiz.
Young Money
coming
was one of the
out.
hottest groups
Oh,
out
yeah.
around
Yeah.
that time.
Well, it's the same thing now. Like, music's changing. Like, even those guys you just named, like, they're kind of like starting to
Oh yeah.
fade out. Music's completely different now. You're in another auto-tune era. You're in another like instrumental era. Like it's not about the bar,
marketing.
it's
The
more about what it
marketing's so
sounds like.
different now too.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
we don't got we got
Uzi
music
started coming
videos,
out,
but
and
we
it was,
don't
like,
got.
super auto-tune and-
You got to go to
You got
YouTube.
streams.
You got to YouTube to watch your music videos now. You're not. You don't got the MTVs and BTs, VH1s.
And I think Wayne's still going to be relevant in that shit. He's almost like he'll eventually be not as outgoing as like a Snoop, but he's like that iconic guy that's always going to be around. Like you're always going to see him pop up
I
on
think so,
albums.
too.
Well, so do we know anything about his personal life as far as like? Because I know he was real bad on lean.
Oh,
Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
He
So-
definitely had addiction problems.
what's in my cup. Yeah, he was
My
really
drink
bad in the
shit,
lean.
yeah.
I, just
I
don't know if
mean,
that had anything
he
to do
stopped
with-
too.
He had
at
health
that point.
problems there for a while. Like
Yeah.
he had some issues like when he was on a plane, like more than once.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, so
shit.
it's like I'm sure he's probably stepped away from that stuff a little bit because he's not so.
He had the baby
He's older
drama.
now too. He's older now too. Yeah,
Facts.
had a kid with Lauren London.
How old is
Fucking-
he?
Wayne, he's probably in his 40s. I would
He's
imagine.
early 40s, mid
Early.
40s now. Yeah.
Probably got to be early 40s. I'd say.
Yeah, because fuck, he was 15, 16. Yeah, I think he might be a little bit older than us. But
Yeah, he is. He's probably in between 5 and 8 years older than us. But
okay, so the last week's episode is supposed to be my last episode.
Yeah.
But obviously,
you had to be here for this one.
Yeah, I had to be here for this one.
Yeah,
This is my last one for sure until probably second or third week of August. Probably second week of August. When I come back, I think I already said this. We're doing a true crime case.
Yeah.
I think we already have. I already sent the guys the case that I want to cover first.
Yeah, we're gonna catch some bitches out there. So watch your
Like
asses.
these cases that we're going to be doing are like the fucking wild ones.
Yeah.
Like ones that'll make you scratch your head. Like what the fuck?
I'm about to
Like,
dive into that. Have you dove into it at all?
the Bryce Laspisa
Yeah.
case.
The one
oh,
that you
well,
put us
big
on?
big shocker. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
going to be the case.
I'm gonna
of-
have to cut that out.
Yeah.
I think I wanna
Well,
keep
no, I'll
on-
say it. It'll be the Bryce Laspisa case. I've done a lot on
Have
it.
they caught anybody from like what's going
So-
on? I haven't dove into it.
So
yet,
it's a missing persons case.
Okay. So we might
And-
find a bitch or two.
And
Man, what the hell?
this kid was driving home. This kid was driving home to see his parents after a breakup and stuff, and he parked on the side of the road. Like parked on the side of the road. Told his mom he was too tired to go home. So he was supposed to he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna take a nap." 8 hours later, He calls his mom, I'm on the way. He doesn't drive off. He stays there, just sits there. Like bizarre. He was like, I'm not driving. Calls him. All right, I've been tired. I'm on my way. 8 hours later, I had to get the facts, but 8 hours later, he still doesn't drive off. He still is just sitting there.
What the fuck?
And then he just comes up missing.
But how,
just comes up missing.
How do they know he was just sitting there?
It's in text messages what he was saying. Like there's camera footage. I'm gonna get the facts, but I know this.
Something else was going on. He was just
it's
running
fucking bizarre. There's a lot of backstory that you guys got to listen to.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's
it's
fucking crazy,
bizarre.
bro.
It's so bizarre. And then we'll have our opinions of what we think happened to him.
That'll be
it's
good.
so good.
Well, when I show up with him at the show, you're
Like,
I got him, motherfuckers. Fuck this episode.
So I don't know what we got down the pipe for when I'm out, when I'm going to be missing.
We got it. We going to hold the fort down.
We're gonna hold it down.
Yeah, man. I might have a couple people on here as well, man.
Big Barrel, he's about to become Pappy, so.
More
We're
Homage
happy for him.
episodes coming for
what's
sure.
up, yeah.
Don't do the fucking Kobe episode without me.
No, we ain't doing
No, for sure.
But all right, guys, that's all we got time for today.
Yeah, hey, hold on. Before we go, let's shout out the motherfucking sponsors. Shout out to Nicholson Realty, Imagine Brew and Burger, and
Burgers and Brew.
Above All Construction. I always forget about them for some reason. I go blank every time. But also, I wanted to put out a thing here for the Beast tryouts. We got baseball tryouts going on. Actually, not this weekend. Next weekend. That'll be the weekend of July 29th, Saturday and Sunday.
1 p.m.?
No, I think it's 3 p.m. I'll post the link on the page again, but we got an 8, 9, 10, 11, and a 14 and 15U team. So if you're looking for a travel ball home, man, come get in with us, tap in. Proofs in
Shout
the
out
pudding.
to the Blade Sports
And-
Culture team.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I was going to say that after he got done, man.
Yeah.
Blade Sports Culture went out there and won a ship, man.
Yeah, shout out to the squad, bro.
Them guys fought hard, man. We were down 7-2, rallied 7 runs
In the last
sixth
inning, bro. Let's go. What a victory.
What
Can't beat it.
age group is that?
It's basically from third to
Fifth
second
grade.
to
Second to
fourth.
fourth.
Second,
Yeah.
fourth.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, so they put a squad together, bro. Went out there and won the
superstars,
league.
bro.
Yeah.
It was
That's something I'll remember
crazy.
forever, bro.
Oh,
Like, that's
forever, bro.
coming down,
Especially
coming
those
back from like
rings.
that.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yo, so the rings came from the All Stars.
They went and got dubs and All Star this weekend too.
Yeah, but they got plaques for their first place. So it was a great game, bro.
Yeah, they'll remember that forever coming back in that
Easy
game.
F, baby,
sure.
and the F is for ferocious.
Let's go, bro.
Please say the baby.
Soft shell taco, mild sauce. All right.